Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Carmelim bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. On December 14, 2022, as part of the work of the winter plenary session of the General Council, Director Major Father Angel Fernandez Artime, with the consent of his council, appointed Father Roberto Dal Molin as the new superior of the Lombardy Emilian province, San Carlo Borromeo, for 2023 to 2029. Born in Verona on October 21, 1967, he made his perpetual profession in Padua in 1994 and was ordained a priest 2 years later in 1996 in Verona. He holds a licentiate in theology obtained in Rome at the Salesian University. He served as counselor at the San Tarcisio work in Rome from 1995 to 1997 and at the Via Provolo Center in Verona from 1998 to 2002. Later, from 2002 to 2003, he served as vicar, also at the Via Provolo Center. From 2006 to 2012, he then worked as director of the post-novitiate in Nave. From 2012 to 2018, he served as provincial superior of the Salesians of the Northeast Italy, Sant Marco province in Venice. Since 2018, his name has been linked to that of the National Center for Salesian Works, CNOS, where he served first as director and then from 2019 to 2021 as economist. Also in 2019, he was elected president of Salesiani per il Sociale APS, a position he held until May 2021. The Congregation of the Missionary Sisters of Mary Help of Christians, MSMHC, the 12th group of the Salesian family, celebrated the first profession of 42 novices in Tinsukia on December 8 in the Eucharist, presided over by Monsignor Nicholas Herman, Bishop of Dibrugarh. On the same day in Hattigaon, 45 MSMHCs made their perpetual profession during the Mass presided over by Archbishop of Guwahati, Monsignor John Mulachira. The missionary enthusiasm of MSMHC sisters makes this congregation flourish with more than 1,500 members living and working in 150 religious communities in India and 29 in 15 other countries around the world. After new presences in Myanmar 2017 and Papua New Guinea 2022, the Missionary Sisters of Mary Help of Christians also reached the middle of the Pacific with their new missionary center in Kauai, Hawaiian Islands on October 7, 2022. The MSMHCs are celebrating the 80th anniversary of their founding in 1942 this year. On 8 December, the Salesian work in Asti concluded the celebrations for the 60th anniversary of the Don Bosco Parish Foundation, currently led by parish priest Father Yatsek Jankos. The day began with a greeting from Salesian Community Rector Father Genesio Tarasco, who emphasized how much good, how much of God's grace has been lavished in this ward, especially in favor of so many young people whom the sons of Don Bosco have met on their way. The Eucharist was celebrated presided by Monsignor Marco Prastaro, Bishop of Asti, concelebrated by Bishop Emeritus Monsignor Francisco Ravinale and the Bishop's Chancellor Deacon Natale Campanilla. Various civil authorities, FMA and a large number of people were present. At the end of the celebration, the bishop uncovered, set on a corner column of the church, a tile-shaped fragment of the foundation stone of what was the parish church 60 years ago. Then on the parish churchyard, the Marian circle followed in memory of the Hail Mary recited by Don Bosco in the sacristy of the Church of St. Francis of Assisi in Turin with Bartolomeo Garelli from Asti on December 8, 1841. For Salesians, December 8 is a significant date for several reasons, because it celebrates the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception, to which Don Bosco was very devoted, and because Don Bosco himself recalls how the whole Salesian work began with the first boy welcome during the feast of December 8, 1841. In the wake of the Company of the Immaculate Conception, of which Dominic Savio was a promoter, the Friends of Dominic Savio youth groups develop groups that on this very occasion make pledges of adherence to the proposed Christian Life project. In the Salesian work in Chisinau too, there are ADS groups which started from the very beginning as a proposal offered to young people to commit themselves more and more to adherence to the Oratorian project. On 8 December, about 10 young people made their pledge, while another 20 or so renewed their commitment to the spiritual and service part. Currently, there are about 30 teenagers participating in the formative part, about 10 young people in the responsible group, and about 30 young people who are part of the various ADS groups from 8 to 14 years old, said Father Sergio Bergamint, founder and head of the Chisinau Oratory. It seemed to me a moment of growth and responsibility of the local youth reality and of the oratory itself. Some of the more mature youth are engaged in carrying on the after-school program as a service to help the younger ones, following the example of Dominic Savio, concluded Father Bergamin. The Sisters Handmaids of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, SIHM in English, celebrated on 3rd and 4th December days of Thanksgiving on the occasion of the 85th anniversary of their foundation. The celebrations took place in Band Porpachara, Hathai Niramol, Ratburi province. On December 7, 1937, Monsignor Gathano Pasatri, SDB, announced the establishment in Bangkok in the province of Samut Songkhram of a group of indigenous religious called Society of the Sisters of Help, established to help missionaries. The institute was started by young women who had previously worked in the Salesian seminary in Bangkok. Then came the first FMA sister Antonietta Moralato, missionary and mistress of novices. Later, the group moved to the other side of the river to a convent that stood next to the Church of the Nativity. After the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians moved to establish their center in Banpong, the new society received training and lived and worked in the church in Bangkok until 1955. Then Monsignor Petro Carreto created in Ratburi what became their main center. The society also changed its name, assuming the current one, Sisters Handmaids of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. From this moment on, the sisters work in educational institutions and open schools in many provinces of the south of the country. In their apostolic work, following the teachings of their founder, they support the charism, love, serve, forgive. So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.